Hey y'all, it's Sherry. I am here for my weekly update on the mess that is my yard and garden. Artemis is also here, always. She's in charge, so she is always here. Now in the past week, I managed to do a few little things. We were going to try to get some real work done on the yard this weekend, but we were stormed out. We had thunder, lightning, rain, the whole bit. Artemis does not do thunder. She is convinced they're out to get her and we're all going to die. But she did make it. She's here. She's healthy. It was close, but she made it. She did require lots of snuggle time with Mama to keep her safe. So, you know. But anyway, we got rained out, so we couldn't get as much done as we wanted to. But we did get some good starts on some things. So, you know, every little bit helps. And last week I did get a lot of little projects done, particularly in the garden. So that helps as well, because little things add up to big things. So I thought I would go ahead and show you the progress we've gotten done. And as always, our tour guide will be with us. So let's go. To start with, I got a lot of repotting done. Yes, Artemis wants to know why we left the shade. She says it's entirely unnecessary. But anyway, I potted up the elderberry, lemon verbena. Our olive tree is waiting to go into this bigger pot. Potted up the banana, the Barbados cherry. This is my 5-year-old rose cactus. It got a bigger pot. The rosemary is waiting to go in the ground. I'm not going to put it in a pot. I think I'm going to put it in the ground. This is our improved Meyer lemon. He got potted up. We've been trying to find citrus trees, but having no luck other than the improved Meyer lemon. So we decided to get a peach tree. We got a June Gold. It has minimal chill hour requirements, so it is also self-fertile. So hopefully he will do well. My Malong is doing well. He is 4 years old, I believe. I grew him from seed, and he is absolutely loving the heat. And I have removed my little sherbet berries and japoticaba from my little greenhouse indoors and brought them out. I am starting to transition them outside. They are doing well. We've got little cactus. He is starting to bloom. He's not fully open yet, but he will. And I have another one here. He'll be open soon, so that's nice. My red rose bush is just massively gorgeous. We've begun clearing this front flower bed out. This is what we were working on when we got rained out, so we got interrupted. We didn't get it finished, but we did discover, one, we liberated the agapanthus, but we discovered a little tiny colony of aloe vera. There are 5 little plants there. So what I will likely do is dig those up, separate them, and pot them, and grow them out until they can go out in the rock garden. This area, when it rains, it floods out. There's a lot of standing water, which of course is not good for aloe. That area does not. So that's why our rock garden is over there. The entire property used to be rice fields, so we do get a lot of standing water and flood problems when it rains. So not in the house, but on the property. All of our plants here are doing well. Our crown of thorns is getting ready to bloom. That's nice. I cleared out the snow peas from this bed. retightened the little frame we've got going here, and I planted Rhenish pickle cucumbers. After 5 days, I already have sprouts. So that's cool. The rain was good for that. They're doing good. They're off to a good start. We're starting to get some cumin sprouts, so that's good. The borage is pretty much done. I am allowing it to go to seed so that I can collect seeds for next year, though. Here, as you can see, our dill got so heavy it fell over, but I need to harvest a bunch of that and dry it. So I will probably do that this week. Our carrots are doing well. We've got carrots. I will be harvesting some of those this week to kind of clear it out. As you can see, my cannas have started blooming, so that's nice. Those are pretty. This area here, we are going to have to do something about. This is the area that we kind of closed off so that Artemis couldn't get into it because of the poison ivy that is our neighbor's backyard. Well, actually, entire yard. But the problem is, as you can see, poison ivy is doing great. It's happy, it's healthy, it's rampant. And we have tried everything we know to get rid of that stuff, and nothing has worked, including talking to my neighbor, but he is utterly useless, and doesn't care. Maybe if I start billing him for my doctor visits, he might care, but who knows. But we want to come up with a more permanent solution to this, and we would like it to be something that's at least somewhat attractive. So we'll be brainstorming that. I'll be trying to figure something out. If anybody else has any ideas, please feel free to share. I'm open to suggestions, absolutely. So is Artemis. The other area we started working on is this back corner. We've started specifically on the herb bed. This was originally, it was a kind of a not really a spiral, but it was circles within a circle, almost like a pyramid. And it was planted with Mediterranean herbs like lavender and such. But apparently its very existence offended all of the sensibilities of our chickens because they promptly dug it up. So we have begun clearing out the weeds. The problem is we ran into little friends, fire ants, and both of us got all bitten up. So my husband treated it, and we went and worked on the front flower bed while we waited for these friends to die. Yeah, you can see there's one of the spots where we disturbed them. But we discovered that not only do we have the garlic chives, but we still have some mint. And I believe this is mojito mint. It smells amazing, but it has more of a subtle mint flavor as opposed to the stronger mints like peppermint. We have also gotten low enough to discover the edging and the bricks. We have decided what we're going to do once we get this cleared out is we're going to take the edging and move it into the fenced-in garden, and we're going to leave the bricks here, and this is where we're going to plant the peach tree. Once we get rid of the dead pomegranates and kind of clean up the loquats a bit, this area will have more space, and so we will have the peach tree here in the circle bed. This bed and this bed, they were long, skinny beds filled with roses. And, you know, we've still got roses. They've survived, as you see there, but there's a lot of dead wood that I have to cut away, a lot of shaping, but, you know, it's easy enough to rehabilitate roses. Roses are actually very forgiving plants, and they'll be gorgeous again. But once we clear these out, we haven't decided yet. We don't know if we want to fill them with rose bushes again, or if we want to fill the blank spots with perhaps blueberries, because the rabbit eye blueberries should do okay here with a little extra care. And so we're kind of thinking about that. We're not sure yet. We haven't decided. We're kind of toying with the idea, but I'll let you know once we come up with something. And here she is. She's a good puppy. Yes. Now, the rain did a lot of good for our seeds. We have our very first Cubanelle pepper sprout come up. Our Floridade tomatoes are sprouting. The pigeon peas are quite happy. Sometime this week, I hope to get those potted up into bigger pots. I've got 4 healthy little mimosa seedlings. Now these are the silk trees, the Albizia. It looks here like I may have a moringa coming up, which is exciting. My rainforest peppers are coming up. My habaneros. These are the jalapenos. They're coming up. And exciting, black goji berries. I have sprouts from the black goji berries, so that's cool. And my paprika peppers are all sprouting. So the rain was very good for our seeds. I can't complain about that. I have patched this box, enclosed it in wire to keep the hooligans out of it. Lizards everywhere. I've planted our golden berries in here. Now the problem is, when it rained this weekend, we discovered, since there is no gutter on that roof, the rain just comes in and makes a trench and splatters everything with mud. So my husband will get some gutter material and he will put a gutter on this roof so that hopefully we don't have that problem anymore. So that is of concern. Now here in the back garden, I have completed the weeding. And I'm locked out. Okay. I've completed the weeding back here. The last bed to be weeded was this one with the tea peas. I have left the peas here because they seem to still be happy and still producing, which is nothing short of amazing in our heat that we have had. But, you know, they can stay as long as they'd like to. They can hang out and mingle with the beans that are going up the TP. I have no problem with that. They can hang out as long as they like. The tomatoes are still good. We have not split this up yet. We need to get more cinder blocks. Last week, I was able to harvest a bunch of the bush beans, and we have a bunch more ready. So I will probably come out here later this afternoon and harvest more. The tomatillas are starting to produce, so that's a happy thing. All kinds of little balloons on those. Our squash is still doing well. Still got the baby patty pan. We've got the yellow squash. We've got golden zucchini, which is actually ready to be harvested. Several of them are. Our winter squash that we planted along the arch is starting to sprout on both sides. I still need to clean this bed out, and I think what I'm going to do is plant this bed with peppers, because I have my paprikas and jalapenos and whatnot, and I think what I'll do is fill this bed with peppers. I'm not sure what that crop is. But yeah, the back garden is doing well. Our broad beans are still quite happy. Our bok choy still has vegetable weevils, which is awesome. I probably need to get out here and harvest some of these. They're getting kind of big, so I will do that as well. But our plants are loaded, and since this was, as I said before, an experimental crop, that's really, really happy. That may become a staple crop for us. We may plant that every year. Every year we try to experiment with one crop. And if that crop does well, then we add it to our list of regular crops that are planted every year. Now this bed, I've harvested all of the mustard greens. And, you know, the chickens got a bunch of them because they were past their prime. But the other ones I canned up, and I got 4 jars, so that'll be good for my husband's lunch. But I have replaced them with the edamame, and since I planted them Thursday, I think, they have doubled in size. They're getting a lot of new growth. The rain helped too, of course. Rainwater is always better than, you know, hose water or whatever, which is why we have rain barrels set up. Our cherry tomatoes are blooming. So, yeah, that's the update. That's what we've got going on right now. As I said, we've only gotten some small things done, but, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and my dream garden won't be built in a day either. As always, I've got lots of plans. It's just a matter of finding the time to do them all, which I will. It'll get done. It's just going to get done in increments. But that's our progress report for this week. I still have not touched the weeds around the back porch because there's still a nest of black snakes under there, and regardless of whether a snake is poisonous or not, it still hurts when they bite. And these are not poisonous, but they will hurt when they bite, and I'd rather not get bit. I've been bitten before, and I don't want to do it again. So, yeah, that's our progress report. Things are doing well. I couldn't be happier unless, you know, as I said before, I had a magic wand to just wave it and everything would be perfect. But that's not the real world we live in, and so you make do. Anyway, if you enjoyed this update, please feel free to like, subscribe, all that YouTube-y stuff. And I'll see you next week along with my baby, Artemis. So, have a good week. Bye.